Aha, there we go. Hello, welcome, good evening. Welcome to what isn't a normal game or show. Also, it's probably really bright on my face because my light bar that I normally have face over there facing the ceiling and then illuminating the whole room from that direction fell. And when I tried to find a place to hang it up, it ended up the only place I had to do it quickly enough is now pointing directly at me. So it's kind of a lot. So if it's too bright, let me know, and I'll see if I can come up with a better solution real quick. But anyway, otherwise, I am doing some game prep now. I this time is normally designated to Haberdasher's reviews. Um, and I was thinking about Stream Elements. I signed up for that, and so we do have some offers to like play mobile games. I was actually supposed to do one already, a Star Trek one that I was dealing with pretty bad headaches and didn't get to it for the week that I had available. So probably revisit that at some point, and those would probably happen at this time because they pay me to play a game, and so that's kind of what Haberdasher's Reviews is built on. Is that normally people pick things for me to review by donating to either the channel or to Extra Life. But tonight, I don't have anything like that lined up. But I also really have a lot of work to do to finish the Paleomythic guide. Now, just a quick intro on what's going on here. We're starting a Paleomythic campaign. I don't know yet if it's going to get streamed. That is, we haven't met with all the players that are going to be in it to discuss their comfort with that. But every player in that campaign is getting a binder. One of these binders. This one is actually Carol's. I stole it from the living room. I'm sure she doesn't mind. And in this binder, there's a couple things. One is just a quick guide on how to build a character, heavily summarized from the book, just to give them a quick reference for when they're building characters, because we're building a lot of characters. The Paleomythic setting is fairly characters are fairly squishy. They have a good chance of getting killed, and so partly for that reason, partly for a couple story reasons, players are encouraged to make multiple characters, and so they have a tool in here to very quickly reference if they don't have if they don't have the copy of the book directly in front of them. That's just for them, but they also have some character sheets in here. Let's see, 5 to be exact is what I gave them at the beginning. And this. Now, some binders say Handbook of the Celaya, some say Player's Guide, but they're the Player's Guides. Really, that depends on when I printed them. The newer ones say Player's Guide, the older ones say Handbook of the Celaya. They have the same information in them, it's just that the ones that say Handbook required me to add some notes later. On later pages. And then there's blank paper, and there is a map wheel. Now, the one that's in here is blank, and there's some instructions on how to use that. Right here, next to me on the screen, is a filled out map wheel. Mostly filled out. You see the things in brackets I have to update yet. And that's kind of what I'm going to be doing here. But there's a blank one in there so that they can make blanks and then keep track of, things that they find and where stuff is. And there's also a timeline tracker, so they can mark things that happen throughout the sessions if they choose to use that. Now that's their binders. My binder has a bit more, obviously. It has all of that stuff. It has the handbook, it has the scratch paper, it has graph paper for scratch paper, it has blank character sheets, it has more notes and stuff like that, but it also is going to have, and does not have yet, the GM's guide for this campaign, The Lost Tribe. Now, it is I'm trying to finish up the GM's guide. I really want to have it done before Extra Life happens for a couple reasons. But the thing is that what I have right now is actually sufficient. So I could, right now, I have all of the map wheels that I need for Act 1 of the game, which is going to be a significant portion of the game, honestly. It's going to take us a little while to get out of Act 1. I'm going to have more than enough time to finish Act 2 by then, which I'm doing a little bit of work on already. So I have characters, I have cultures they're going to encounter. As you can see, there's a lot of stuff that needs fleshed out. I don't have to have some of this stuff fleshed out before we begin. But I want to. I just want to. Partly so that I don't have to do as much planning while the campaign is running. I can devote more time to adjusting details based on what they're doing and stuff like that. But the other reason is that I want to make this available. Now, I have Osprey Games, which makes Paleomythic, has informed me that their view on the matter is that I don't have legal right to sell the source book that I'm making. I guess they're not involved in any sort of open gaming license type of arrangement. But if I have it ready for Extra Life, I want to have it available as a donation reward. So someone donates to Extra Life, to our Extra Life thing, during Extra Life game day, they can get... I want to be able to actually give them this game, this player's guide, the player's guide and the GM's guide for Act 1 of The Lost Tribe, and have, Acts 2 and 3 available later as I finish fleshing them out. So partly is that, and then I want to make them available just kind of in general. I'll probably put it on like one of those sites where you can like PayHip or something, where you can make it for free, but people can choose to donate a little bit of money if they want to. Just because there's a lot of work involved here, and I really want to make it available, and I want people to be able to enjoy it. But I am also aware that I put a lot of work into this, and it would be really nice if people felt compelled to throw a little bit of money as a thank you for giving out a free campaign guide. But we'll see if that actually happens or not. Now, what I have here is, so I had to set up this. I've never set up to watch dice before, and so I did this time. I don't know how well it's going to work, because I can't, obviously on my screen, I don't know if what I'm seeing is as large as what you're seeing as far as this is concerned, whether or not these numbers are as clear to you as they are to me, but I am pretty sure it depends on which dice I use. For instance, while on stream, I'm not going to be using these dice, which I love very much. They're really cool. They have really cool texture to them. They have a really cool look to them, but there's no way you're reading that. So, not using those ones. These ones are not super effective. These ones are they have a really strong contrast. So I'm probably going to rely more on those. And this set, which is actually black, it's kind of hard to see in that shot. And these, which is really cool looking. I really liked it. All of these were, some of these ones were, Dave gave them to me. And these ones, and the ones that you can't read, and those colorful ones I just used, I got out of mystery boxes. So, at a con. Was it PAX? It might have been PAX. I don't remember. I feel like it might have been PAX. Anyway, I was there working a table for Extra Life. Anyway, let me get back to this. So, as you can see, I have already set up most of this map wheel. Basically how this works, the map wheels work, is that I roll randomly to figure out what's in the vicinity of each thing. Paleomythic does not encourage hard measurements in terms of distances or anything like that, or even ages. And so this isn't set up to function with hard measurements. Why is it showing the cursor? I don't want it to show the cursor. Yeah. So it's not set up to handle hard measurements, and so I'm not using hard measurements here. Basically, the center circle, the very center circle, is the location of the camp or the settlement or whatever they're at. And then the stuff in the inner circle where you have hunting and mar and salt is all stuff that they can access pretty quickly. Like they can go there in the morning, get do everything they want to do, be home in time to cook and have dinner. Pretty straightforward stuff. The outer ring is stuff where it's going to take longer to get there, long enough that if they want to really accomplish anything, they're going to end up spending the night somewhere out there, probably in a tent or whatever. So, and that's basically it. That's the detail. That's the extent of details on that. If they want to go to the outer ring, they're gonna have to make preparations for that. So each of these is, and then I have this chart. I have this guide. This is part of the GM's guide that explains how I decide what all is available and where it's available. It's all kind of randomized until I get to the stage that I'm at right now with this map. So I have a settlement called Mar, or wait, what is it? Let me look. I have a trading hub called Mar and a village called Hyla. And I'm going to have to flesh out what those are, what those mean, and what their deal is. And what will happen if the characters go there, because some settlements are friendlier to other people than others. But I also have these 3 encounters, which are what I rolled for was humanoid, animal, and animal. I've already rolled the humanoid. I found that they're Fluorescensis, which is basically the options are human, like sapien, Homo sapiens, Homo sapien Neanderthalis, so the Neanderthals, or Fluorescensis, which is, there's a description about them in here. I don't remember what their deal is. I think they're smaller or something. Beastmen, the dead. I'm going the wrong direction. What the heck? Maybe I wasn't. I'm just gonna go to the table. I'm gonna go to the index. Florence. Okay, it doesn't tell me where those are. I don't remember where it is. That's annoying. Dang it. Alright, well, it's around here somewhere. They're another ancient people group that has gone extinct, in the same way that Neanderthals have gone extinct, which means they might have just kind of interbred into humans and ceased to exist as a distinct species. But I'm pretty sure they're just considered extinct. in both counts. Neanderthals had fluorescensis. Fluorescensis. Oh, here we go. Sapiens. Okay, Pleistocene epoch. Sapiens. Neanderthal. Floresiensis. I misspelled that, apparently. Floresiensis. There. Yeah, alright, that's about correctly now. Yeah, it says this is diminutive species of Homo sapien of Homo floresiensis, that might have existed as recently as 12,000 years ago. Members of this species were little more than a meter tall, and as such have been nicknamed hobbits by the media. I didn't know that. They had arms and hands suitable for tree swinging while still being able to perform tasks such as tool making with a good degree of manual dexterity. When creating a Floresiensis character, their first trait is determined using a D3 on the below table, so they get agile, aware, or dexterous. Thereafter, determine traits as you would normally. So, yeah. Basically, there are rules in here for playing other types of humanoids, or playing even in a slightly closer to sword and sorcery setting. I'm not using the sword and sorcery rules, but I am using the variant sapiens as NPCs, basically. I guess they could recruit a Neanderthal or a Floresiensis into the tribe if they wanted to. They're going to have some difficulty doing that. Page 257. I gotta remember that. Page 257. I'm not gonna remember that. If no one's watching, so no one's gonna remind me to check that. Oh well. Anyway, so I gotta figure out what those things are, and these things aren't gonna be as randomly generated. The animal encounters, what the deal with the Floresiensis is. I've already decided, in fact, what one of them is going to be. I just haven't gotten around to putting it in yet. Alright, good. It's going to be a bear. Now, I was debating whether to do just a bear, because they have stat blocks for bear, which includes like brown bears and black bears and even sort of proto-polar bears. And then they have stats for cave bears. And the cave bears are stronger. This is pretty early. This optional settlement, this is an optional settlement. When I said I had everything that I needed, I was telling the truth. But this is an optional settlement that they can visit. And if they do, it'll probably be fairly early in the game, so I don't know that I want to put them up against a cave bear at that time. So I'm probably just gonna go with a regular bear. The other animal encounter. What do I want the other animal encounter to be? Oh. So I go with an armor beast, which is listed here as a type of glyptodont. The alternative is the spiketail, which is also known as the Dodicurus. So if you were watching us play Ark, you're familiar with the Dodicurus. The armor beast is basically just a really big armadillo. So that's going to be what they run into. And it is a British game. So the O is the armor is spelled with a U. Actually, I knew. I guess I haven't talked to him in a long time. A guy named Armor, and his name was spelled with the U, even though he was decidedly not British. Okay. What is going to be the Floresiensis encounter? Well, first of all, I'm going to make a note of this. Okay, so that is bear and armor beast. I'm going to mark them glyptodont so I know how to look them up in the book, because in the book that's the category that they're in. Glyptodont. Right there. I don't know what glyptodont means. Presumably, it means whatever they are. Alright, humanoid is the Floresiensis. Alright. I gotta decide what that encounter is gonna look like. Because, so this looks very basic, but if you go to the ones I've already filled out, see, this is a whole bunch of information there about what that encounter is going to be. I don't have that stuff here yet. Oh, wait. Oh, Alright. There's gonna be a lot of spoilers here, by the way. Like campaign. There'll be some campaign spoilers here. But I don't think it'll be a big deal. Now, one thing that we talked about this morning, I was watching Gnome Brew, which is Nomadic. Actually, I'll go ahead and link him. Wait, how do you do this? Oh. Someone. So, Wild West Dan shouted out my channel, this channel, not my personal channel, but this channel, recently, which made me aware that you can do that. So now I want to know how to do that. What's this button do? That's emotes. No. What's this button do? I don't know how to do any of this stuff. So bad. There's gotta be a button for this or something. Whoa. That's okay. No, I'm just gonna do this. I'm gonna. How to shout out a streamer on Twitch. Oh, it went to Bing. I forgot. I'm using the wrong browser. Slash shout out. Okay. Slash shout out. Oh. It tells you. If you just start hitting slash, it gives you. What features am I missing? What else can I do that I didn't know about? Anyway, so I was given to, so I was watching Gnome this morning. He was doing some prep. He was doing some journaling, and some of it involved some game prep. And we were talking about the need. There was some discussion. I guess I wasn't as directly involved, but there was some discussion at the time about what's it called? Oh, that doesn't show up in the chat. Dang it. We were talking about. He was talking about. Some other people were talking about. I don't remember if I contributed or not to the conversation. But there was a discussion about how much planning needs to happen. How much planning you should do. Should you, plan it out in extreme detail? And the general consensus was no. Obviously, you don't want to plan too much detail because people aren't going to do that. And it looks like that's what I'm doing here, but it's not. And the reason it's not is that what I'm actually doing is I've been working on the best way to do an open world campaign for a little while as kind of a curiosity experiment. And In Memoriam was the first attempt at that. In Memoriam had the whole world fleshed out and no storyline. There was no single quest line that the players had to jump into. They didn't get a call to adventure immediately with a specific quest. They didn't get any of that stuff. They were just kind of dropped into the world and asked what they were going to do about it. And that was fun in its own way, but one problem that it caused is that it was just... the players really didn't have any structure. And so one group just kind of made their own stories and ran with it. And the other group, because there was an online group and an offline group playing that game, the other one really struggled to find stuff to do and, to approach the world in that way. And so one of the things that my wife and I were talking about was the need to make it more, to have some kind of structure so that the players know what they're doing while they're exploring the sandbox. That they know that they're going through the sandbox. They can check out all these other things and go on these side quests and check out this tangent and spend as much time in here as they want and stuff like that. But they have an idea in mind on what they're ultimately trying to do and how they're planning on getting there. And, so they have that kind of guiding force to kind of bring them back to. And to kind of decide, to help them decide whether or not a certain thing is worth their time or not. And so what I'm doing is I'm building that sandbox. Really, I'm saying here's all the things that exist in this world that you can be dealing with, you can be exploring, but it's along it's along the way of a very specific storyline. And now that it's out, I've been working on this campaign for about a year since I got the book, and so I didn't know about this at the time, but it's very similar to how they do with Baldur's Gate, which is a big deal right now, where there is the main quest line. You know what you're doing ultimately, and all the adventuring that you're doing is within a certain distance of the places that you need to go. Like, okay, you need to be on this road to get in the direction of Baldur's Gate to get the information that you need to try to find. Hey, we need to find this thing. We need to find like these main quest things. We need to figure out what we're going to do about this goblin camp. We need to figure out what we're going to do about this mountain pass and this underdark passage and stuff like that. And essentially, you have this straight line that you're going down, but there's all this stuff on the sides of it that you can explore. And what I'm actually working on right now is the stuff on the sides that they can explore. But the main quest line is already fleshed out. I already have all of the information on what they're going to find in the places they go to for that. And I'm fleshing out the places along the side of the road. And the idea is then that kind of everyone's experience of this story, like if you use this campaign guide, if you get this campaign guide off me and you use it, your story is going to play out very differently than mine. And I'm hopeful about that. And you can switch things around. You can decide, hey, you know what? I want to take this settlement and put it in the main quest line, and take this settlement and put it as a side thing. And you can do that and still maintain the story. That's how some of these kind of things are kind of structured. So that you have options, and the players have options, and the people running the story have options. But yeah, it was during Gnome Brew. I guess it wasn't Gnome Brew, but it was during Nomadic's morning stream this morning. That really kind of encouraged me to stream my game prep while I was working on it, and to kind of explain why I'm putting so much detail into it. Isn't that I'm detailing minutia of what the characters are going to do, but that I'm detailing minutia of the world that they can explore. It's implied the characters can decide what they want to do. Can you hear that? It's weird. Anyway, so what's going on with the armor beast? It's not just there. There's a reason that animal encounter is going to happen. You know what? I'm actually just going to make it an individual Floresiensis. That's what am I gonna do? 257 was the page number. I did remember. I'll go there and then find out whether or not I actually remembered. I did! Okay. So, I'm going to go ahead and create a Floresiensis character that they can run into and possibly recruit. Let me get my stuff ready for that. Alright. Tables for rolling random characters. So 1d2 for gender. 1. Alright, so that is where was the low number was. Did I write it down somewhere? No, maybe. I didn't. I forgot to write that down. That's weird. Oh well. Male. I'll just say. Okay. Well, let me. Okay, fine. Alright, let me come up with a name for him. Oh, you know what? There's a naming chart in the player, in the guide here. Alright, so this is going to be die 1, this is going to be die 2. 1, 4. 1, 4 is Char or Chuck. I'm going to make a slight adjustment to it. But either way, it's going to go right here. It's going to be Chaz. Alright. 1d3 plus 1. Oof. 3 traits. Oh, wait. And the first one is going to be agile, aware, or dexterous. Agile. Just might as well check the charts on the other stats then. The other traits. Yeah, alright, here we go. So table A. He already got that one. Table B. Strong. Okay, he's agile, he's strong, and he is wise. Oh. Okay, okay. No flaws. Cool. How many talents does this guy have? 4. Okay. Specialist. Trapper. Ooh, I like this guy. I like how he's shaping up so far. Bestial. Goodness. Trapper. Tracker. Bestial. Savage. Gotta check what that one is. I think that one's the one that does more damage if you're doing unarmed. I gotta remember. And one more. Well, I don't have to remember. I have to look it up. Table 4 is Oracle. And 2 on Oracle is Cultist. He's a Cultist. Okay. That's fine. That's fine. Can't all be perfect. Alright. Actually, Cultist in this game is not as intense as Cultist in some other games. Savage. Oh, they get a bonus to resist illness and disease. They're naturally vigorous, able to avoid attacks that would strike others. In combat, each successful melee attack against the Savage allows a single die to be rolled once, the Savage die. If this results in a 6, the attack is avoided and has no effect. However, if the die results in a 1, the Savage is deemed fatigued and does not benefit from this aspect of the talent again for the remainder of the combat encounter. It's dangerous. Cultist. Cultists are characters that zealously follow a deity, spirit, or supernatural being. They believe that they are rewarded for their devotion by being favored by their god, allowing them to emerge unscathed from dangerous situations. So they get some bonuses to that. So basically, he's got a couple really good, really good traits, talents. It's gonna be an interesting character. So let me. Figure out what his deal is in a minute. Alright, starting goods. And begin to play with 3 items storing the tables below. So all of the tables that are part of the Paleomythic campaign use D6s. 1, 4, 5. So it's really cool how they managed to make that work. Trapper, Tracker, Savage, Cultist. That also gets them some stuff. Savage. With 2 bags. Alright, Savage comes with a bag. 1 to 6 pieces of fruit. 2 pieces of fruit. And a weapon randomly by rolling a die. 5. That's a rock. Ooh, dang it. Trapper, Tracker, and Cultist. Tracker, here we go. Tabard. weapon. That's a 6. Wood spear. Alright, so Trapper and Cultist remain. Trapper was on the very last column, so it'll be Cultist is next. So 3 bone. And finally, the Trapper. Now, anyone can make traps. The Trapper talent gives them benefits when they make traps, which has come up in the practice session, which you can see on our YouTube. Hand axe and antler pick. Yeah, see if that's a tool or a weapon. I'm pretty sure it's a weapon. I'll change that one actually. All right. And this dude is just kind of like, yeah. Okay. Yes, please. Now, I don't think that updates this, does it? Apparently not. Okay. There we go. Cool. Okay. I don't need that because it's in the sheet. What's going on with this armor beast? Do they roll around in packs? I remember typing different search engine this time. Did giant armadillos. Wait. Well, that's not the thing I'm talking about. Giant armadillo is alive. What's the big one? Giant glyptodont. Giant glyptodont armadillos. Glyptodont social. I like how the suggested search was socialist. No. That talks about they were hunted. That's interesting. Maybe very interesting to know. But I'm looking for whether or not they're social. The Dodicurus is the biggest one. Good God. They were heavier than slightly heavier than a fully grown black rhino, the Dodicurus. Huh. Okay, so it didn't have an answer. Intraspecific fighting. One of the questions on here is, do armadillos have a gender? I'm going to say they weren't, judging by all the information we have, and the fact that armadillos aren't. Might as well. Okay. So if they're solitary, it wouldn't be like separated from its. There wouldn't be a pack of them, and it wouldn't be separated from its pack because it wouldn't have one. It's not usually this slow, this process. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and I'll come back to this. I'm going to go ahead and work on the next one. Okay. How do I default to that? I don't want it to do that. Okay, so now comes my charts. My charts do not all run on D6s. Alright. 2d6 minus 2 tools. We'll roll those in a little bit. 1d6 minus 2 weapons. No weapons. 1d3 minus 1 pieces of armor. 1d3 containers. 1d2 curiosities. Ooh. One, two, three furnishings. One to two minus one luxuries. One to two minus one clues. One clue. That's going to be then local features. Okay. 1d3 minus 1 tribes of humans, Neanderthals, or Floresiensis. That's 1. And that's Floresiensis. Stop doing that. Why does it do that? I never told it to do that. It just keeps friggin' doing that. 1 to 2 minus 1 trading hubs. 1 trading hub. 1 to 2 minus 1 permanent villages. Oh, that's minus 1. Yeah, there's no permanent villages. Okay, 1 to 2 minus 1 special environments. No special environments. 1d3 encounters. 1 encounter. One to three sources of fresh water. And that is, oops. I guess I actually did make it run heavily on D6s. Anyway, crick, a river, and a waterfall. And 1d2 minus 1 salt deposits. 1 salt deposit. And 1d6 hunting grounds. 1. Oof. Okay, and now we gotta figure out where this stuff is. Alright, so one tribe of Floresiensis. Okay, so alright, so first of all I have one salt. So that is 6 on the inner ring. Okay, so that's the salt. The hunting ground is going to be that's what I've taken. Oh, wait, no, it's not. That's going to be there. Water. Okay, so I've got a cricket. Ooh, come back. Anything say quick on it? No. What? Is that this? I don't know what's going on over there. I'll do it later. I do, however, have a waterfall over here, and I have a waterfall over there, so let's... That's cool. What else do I got over there? Oh, right. Floresiensis. Okay. God. Fix that when I get a name on there. What else do I have here? Oh, trading hub and an encounter. Okay, alright, the trading hub. No. Just not doing it. I'm going to name the trading hub. Wait, I think I already have. I think I already have something in a giant skeleton. First thought that came to mind was, oh, I should put something in a giant skull. But then I remembered I think I already have one of those. Kind of lose its novelty if I do it twice. We are going to call it. Oh, why not just do the name? What's the name again? Name chart. That could be type 1, 2, 2. Far or Fey. Okay, encounter. Beast, ghost, humanoid. Humanoid. Okay. Okay. Now, what is going to be the humanoid encounter? It's going to be Neanderthal. Okay. What else do I got? A river. That's the last thing, is a river. It's a pretty sparse territory. I don't think they'll stay here very long. 5. That's wrong. What am I doing? Okay, so there's basically no reason to go to the southeast at all, ever. Unless I decide to put my clue there. Yeah, I can put my clue out there. Nope. Wrong part of the map. That's the wrong part of the map. That's the wrong part of the map. Why is it doing this? Come on. Yeah. You know what? I'm just gonna decide. Alright, so inner or outer? Inner. And 1, 2. So the clues are because they're investigating a lost tribe. That's the whole point. Is that the lost tribe is the name of the campaign because the party is looking for the tribe of the bat that went missing 20 years ago.
Ask her what's going on with game tonight.
They were playing, I think, Sea of Thieves. I don't know if you can hear her, but I can. Okay. So, Floresiensis tribe. What is going on with the Floresiensis tribe? Okay. That's fine. Yeah, I'll just. I just make that. Say that. Where is it? You know what? I don't feel like going with making that fit. I'm just gonna move it over here. The Neanderthals. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna do this. There we go. Alright, and now the clue is going to be so
Huh.
Yeah, I just leave it. Okay. Um.
It's the eighth one, right? Let me just verify. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Okay. How was I rolling that? You know what? I was probably using.
Oh, there it is. Yeah. I was using this. Okay. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Really should just write down how many things. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12. 31. Okay. How many tools do I need? 6. Boosh.
Okay.
2 and 5. Bandage. And
14, 15. Flicker and hammerstone. Nineteen 28. Needle. Needle and sled. Armor. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. A tabard. 3 containers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12. Handy. 10. A quiver. Oh, right. I need 3 of those. Oh, there's 2 sets of dice in here? I forgot there was 2 sets. Oh, my directional die is in here. I was wondering where that went. I don't know why these aren't just in the whatever. 4, so 3, 4, 10. That is bowl, box, and quiver. 2 curiosities. So these charts are taken straight from the book. I did not make these. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 13. There's 2 of them. 7 and 9. Skull and a rope fetish and a feather headdress. Two furnishings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 4 and 3. I guess hanging seat? What the heck is that supposed to be? Okay, from the book. Where in the book? Oh, there it is. Oh, room divider or for insulation. Okay. finally a luxury. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Wait. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Ear Fang. Okay. Okay. And everything is there. Good, good, good. There we go. And that's how one of those gets slapped together. It's a little bit time consuming, which is why it's not done. Honestly, that's the main reason it's not done. But these, I'm able to knock out real quickly. They can roll randomly for most of these, for most of this information down here. And it won't take too long to do. Yeah. Anyway, so I have some more of these kind of branch settlements to these back side quest settlements to set up. I have these characters to finish fleshing out, and cultures, some of which I have notes on up here, some of which I don't. The ones I do have notes on will go much faster because I'll just move those notes and then expand on them if I choose to. And the rest of them I'll have to whip up stuff for. It won't take that long. So that'll be good for now. Yeah. So keep an eye out for information on whether or not we're going to be doing that game live streamed. You can get all kinds of information on that and other projects we're working on there in our Discord server. So please feel free to check that out. Join us there. Hang out, chat. We have all kinds of channels there where we're planning games or we're, just chatting and chilling, planning social events. We have channels dedicated because there's a bunch of people in our group that are interested in homesteading or various outdoorsy things like hunting and whitewater rafting and stuff like that. And so we have channels for that. We have channels to talk about video games. We have channels to organize playing video games together. We have channels, for all kinds of stuff like that. So feel free to join us there, and also you will get information on what's going on with the channel. In the meantime, while we wait for that to start, Paleomythic to start, we do have a lot of other things on the channel. So tomorrow night, Wednesday night, Two Brothers Gaming happens here, usually about 11:15 p.m. Eastern Time. Thursday is Star Trek Lexington: Last of the Line. I know there was a couple weeks coming up where scheduling conflicts were possibly threatening to prevent us from playing. I don't remember if that includes this week or not. It does include next week. So next week there will not be any Star Trek, but I don't remember if there will be this Thursday or not. So come by 9 p.m. Eastern Time and check us out to see if that happens. What else? We don't have any more In Memoriam sessions until Extra Life. Extra Life is going to be the conclusion of In Memoriam. That's going to be the ending. We're going to finish up with those characters, finish up with that story and that world, and move on. 2 weeks later, we'll be starting the Paleomythic campaign. But it's going to be a big event. Extra Life is a big deal. It is a fundraiser where we game for 24 hours. We broke our marathon up into 2 12-hour days, so that'd be November 4th and 5th. We're going from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Time each day. So join us for that. Help us help kids by making donations. Dave is matching donations up to a certain number. He still has some leeway in that. He still has some room in that, the amount that he's going to match. So check out his page. Check out all of our pages, really. There's a number of hospitals that we're supporting, including Boston Children's, Bay State, the Children's Hospital of the King's Daughters, Oshai, and Rady, I think, are all of them this year. So check out those. Help these kids get the care they need and entertainment to help them be kids while they're in the hospital. So I'd encourage you to check that out as well. And then Monday is our Pathfinder campaign. It's supposed to be every Monday. There's been a lot of things interrupting that lately. Hopefully that doesn't happen this Monday. That's called Anders March. So check these things out. We'd love to see you, and let us know if there's... come to the Discord and let us know if there's things in particular you'd like us to explore. Things like this, I do normally the game Haberdashers Reviews on Tuesday nights. If you have something that you want to suggest to be reviewed, definitely let us know and donate to make that happen. If you want to get in on a game, check out when we're doing open calls for games. You can do all that in the Discord. So thank you very much. Join us next time, and you have a good night. Thank you.